For more on the impact of Vice President Biden's tax plan, let's bring in our guest. Jim DeMint is a former U.S. Senator and chairman of the Conservative Partnership Institute. Also with us, U.S. former Congresswoman and MSNBC analyst Donna Edwards. Congresswoman Edwards, I know that Senator DeMint is going to talk about repealing the Trump tax cuts, and that de facto would be an increase on some of the lower earners below $400,000 just by definition. Is that? Do you take issue with that? That's true, isn't it?
No, I mean, look. I think one of the things, I was looking at this analysis, and I think one of the things that's not taken into consideration are the tax breaks that middle income people get. For example, including the child care tax credits, including things like the first-time home buyer advance credit. I mean, these are all things that actually go on the plus side of the ledger. And so when those $2 trillion tax increases are repealed, what you get is about 1.6 of that actually went to higher income earners, and so don't really apply to the middle class at all. So I think if you look at the Biden plan in totality, the plus and the minus, and I'm not an economist, but I know the difference between addition and subtraction, and I think that you have to add those credits in before you begin to impute behavior of the corporations to workers. I think that's a real stretch in this analysis.
So, Senator DeMint, I know your take is that repealing the Trump tax cuts, that's a de facto increase, and then you also don't believe that those below $400,000 eventually will be left alone just by definition, because the numbers are so big. We're going to need eventually it's going to creep down to lower brackets. Is that your contention?
Well, somewhat it is, but we have to look at the bigger picture of the economy, of what happened when the Trump tax cuts took effect, along with the cuts and regulations. That the economy went forward at a rapid pace. Income levels of lower income folks went up. You can't just look at the taxes here. I think the real problem with the Biden perspective, as well as the whole Democrat Party, is they seem to be denying what the tax cuts did to the economy overall and how that helped lower and middle income Americans. So that's something that we need to make a real point of. The other thing is, as you know, a lot of small businesses are organized as LLCs or other pass-through organizations. So their personal income may be well over $400,000. If you start taxing that at a higher rate, their investment in their business and what they pay their employees is reduced automatically. So the overall impact on small business growth and economic growth is going to change dramatically if we go the way that Biden promises, with higher taxes on the investor class.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.